Welcome to Infusion City. I wanted to share with you some of my infusions. I do solar infusions, which means that I put my herbs in jars with a carrier oil and I put it in a very sunny window behind a shade. So it doesn't get it gets direct sunlight, but it gets whatever you would call it, shaded sunlight. It's a very sunny window, but it's behind, it's a very sunny window, but these are behind a shade. So they do get a lot of warmth from the sun, which is what I want. This is Calendula, and it has been infusing about 2 weeks. All of my infusions go 4 to 6 weeks. This is going to a customer, not in this jar, but when I take it out, 4 ounces is going into a 4-ounce jar. 4 ounces is going into a bottle and being sent to a customer. I was not able to start selling these until I had my company approved, and so I have another few weeks of this to go, and if I wasn't approved, I wouldn't be selling it to anybody. But this is Calendula in sweet almond oil and sunflower oil. It has an ounce of vitamin E that I put in at infusion time, and there's ROE in the sunflower. This is St. Johnswort, and it has been infusing about 2.5 weeks. And you can see that the color of the oil, even after 2.5 weeks, it's very nice. This is lavender. Lavender, I find, does not really color the oil as much as the other one does. This is lavender oil that's been bottled, and it was infusing for about 6 weeks. This has been infusing about a month, almost 6 weeks. So in another week or so, I'm going to take it out, but lavender takes a little bit more care. This is Comfrey oil that's been bottled already, and it was in my typical formulation is 60% sunflower oil, again infused with rosemary extract, 30% extra virgin olive oil, and 10% apricot oil. That's the formulation that I use in my scrubs. The reason for that is I love sunflower oil. It's a great light oil. Extra virgin olive oil is a wonderful oil. And apricot I use in place of sweet almond in case I have some people that are allergic to nuts and can't even use it in their end products. So I usually do apricot instead of sweet almond oil. I find them to be very comparable oils. This is Arnica. Arnica is a very, very expensive herb, but look at the gorgeous color of this oil. This infused for 6 weeks, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. I'm just so happy with this. I usually do my infusions in a jar like this, and it goes into the pot of boiling water with the bleach. Then I alcohol it, and then I fill it usually halfway up with the herb, and I have videos on this that I'll show you. And then I add 1 full ounce of vitamin E to every single jar. So my end product always has vitamin E. And I'll show you how I cost this all out and then how I put it into my pricing. Because one of these infused oils, if you're making a scrub with 100 grams of just sweet almond oil versus chamomile in sweet almond oil, there's going to be not only chamomile and sweet almond oil, but with an ounce of vitamin E, there's going to be a difference. So it affects the end price of your product. So you need to know that before you start using infused oils. And if you want to just add some infused oils to your products, that's a really good idea. but I will go through all how to infuse, how to bottle, and how to use these in your end products. What herbs are best, and I have many other herbs. I have sea buckthorn berries, another very expensive herb, and I have quite a few other herbs that are infusing. So I will take you along the journey, and you will get to see how we do this from start to finish. I want to show you the difference in the colors. This is lavender infused, lavender and extra virgin olive oil. This is Arnica in sunflower, extra virgin olive oil, and apricot. And this is Comfrey in sunflower, extra virgin olive oil, and apricot. All three have an ounce of vitamin E in it, but if you look at the difference in the colors, but the color is important to get used to what your end product oil should look like. Sometimes people will take this and in something that you want it really strong with, like Arnica, they will take this finished oil and they'll put it into a new batch of Arnica and make it double strength. Arnica is so expensive that I suggest that you not do that. But if you wanted to do it with something like calendula or chamomile, that would be amazing. So that's another thing that you can do, and you will be able to see the difference in the color then. So if you want to double the dose of your healing herbs in your products, you can always do that, and that's a great idea. And I've done it with calendula, I've done it with chamomile. I don't really feel the need to do it with comfrey. I mean, look at how dark this is. When I first pulled it off the shelf the other day, I thought this was my coffee infused oil. That's like how great this is. And I infuse coffee, I infuse pumpkin, I infuse roses. So there's lots of different things, and then I make butters with a lot of my oils. So you'll get to see me making a coffee scrub and a coffee soap using coffee oil and coffee butter that I made myself. So I hope that you come along and enjoy the journey.